Good morning. Let me welcome you to the fourth staging of the annual FGB Summit, and I'll be your moderator for today's proceedings. And I now take the opportunity to invite our President and CEO, Mariam McIntosh, to bring her welcome from First Global Bank. Welcome, Mariam.
Good morning, everyone. While all protocols are observed, I still want to say a special welcome to the Minister of Finance and the Public Service, the Honorable Dr. Nigel Clarke, our specially invited presenters, Mr. Aldrin Wayne, who's the CEO of WePay for the Caribbean, Mr. Dennis Chung, who's the CEO of Supreme Ventures Services Limited, Rory Burchinson, who's the Head of Digital Transformation for Grace Kennedy Money Services, the FGB executive team, the media, the SME owners of capital, owners of business, distinguished guests, good morning and welcome today. It really is a pleasure to have you at our fourth annual summit. And I wanted to just share that the focus on SMEs for First Global Bank goes back a number of years. We believe that SMEs are the backbone of growth for our country, no different from many others. And FGB has put our money where our mouth is by investing to grow this segment. We will support you with capital, but also with capacity building, and that is the purpose of today.
Now, in prior crises, we would not have been able to maintain stability through the crisis, and therefore our recovery efforts were stymied as we would have been trying to reintroduce stability, which obviously delayed economic recovery. This time around, we can focus on economic recovery as a goal, taking the stability that we have been able to maintain through the crisis as a very key input. However, while maintaining stability is necessary, it is by no means sufficient. Economic expansion is based on improving productivity. And improving productivity is about the ability to get more things done with less input and with less time, which explains the government's thrust in our capital programs to invest in world-class infrastructure that connects cities, that connects towns, that bypass cities, that reduces the commute time, that allows for goods and people to move more easily and in less time. This opens up new possibilities. It makes new forms of economic activity feasible and profitable. And as a result of that, that kind of investment improves the productivity of the existing stock of private investment, and it induces more private investment as the profitability of future private investment becomes more attractive by virtue of increasing productivity. We also increase productivity through pursuing policies and programs that result in a transfer of knowledge and skills. And you'd have seen that focus in recent time in the major projects that were announced recently, which are to be undertaken in the context of an explicit knowledge and skills transfer program. By increasing the knowledge in our society, by investing in our human capital, we increase the productivity of our economy. Now, those are broad macro themes, which are very important and affect all businesses and all economic agents, sometimes in ways that we are not conscious of. And while those are important, we also have to focus on the micro themes as well, and the policies that improve productivity at the level of the firm, at the level of the MSME. MSMEs who are on this call today would have benefited for the very first time from an MSME tax credit, which came into effect at the last tax filing period. And that MSME tax credit means that for tens of thousands of MSMEs, they don't have to be concerned about payment of corporate income tax on their earnings until those earnings pass a particular threshold. According to the data that's available, there are over 10 or 15,000 MSMEs who will be impacted from the point of view of not having a liability, whereas they would have had a liability before. However, all businesses are positively impacted, as that first $1.5 million of profit now becomes tax-free for the corporation. In addition, this year we would have abolished the customer administration fee on exports valued less than $500. As I said in my budget presentation, since 2013, the Jamaica Customs Agency has levied a fee of 3,000 Jamaican dollar on export declarations from Jamaica. Now, 73% of our export declarations are by air, but they only account for 6% of the value of exports, and 27% are by sea, but account for 94%. When you delve a little deeper into the data for 2019-20, of the 40,000 approximately goods export declarations, right? It's approximately 43,000 export declarations in 2019-20. Approximately 22,000 of those export declarations were for goods valued at $500 or less, i.e. the entire export was $500 or less. And each of those export declarations was required to pay a fee of 3,000 Jamaican dollars. And as I made very clear in my budget presentation, if you're exporting something that's worth 100 US, 15,000 Jamaican dollars, and you have to pay $3,000 to the Jamaica Customs Agency, to the government, it makes your business less profitable, and it reduces the productivity at the level of the firm. We have abolished that, and that effective the 1st of April, and that will allow MSMEs to take advantage of the huge opportunities that are available in the exports of non-traditional items, an area that has been growing over the past several years. And this is yet another example of the policy focus to ensure that our MSMEs have the space to take advantage of opportunities, to grow and to expand. Now, the government is seeing the emergence of this e-commerce export sector, and that consists mostly of MSMEs, artisans who are earning foreign exchange for our country through the exports of their goods. And we are encouraging that by abolishing the CAF for these small value export declarations. Having digital currency available will broaden the participation in the economy and open the economy to SMEs who mostly exist in the informal space. By having secure payment mechanisms, this will allow for increasing productivity for those small firms and informally organized enterprises, whereby the time that is taken to deal with the fact that they don't have a bank account today. If you think about what those individuals and firms have to do, you will realize that it involves a lot of time. By a switch of a button, by being able to enroll them in a digital currency program where they can be paid, and they can pay using digital currency with the convenience of their phone, for which it's a ubiquitous instrument in Jamaica with over 120% penetration, it will dramatically improve their productivity, allowing them to do more per unit time. In addition to that, the government is involved in programs to stimulate MSMEs adopting digital front-end, online commerce suites, and online payment platforms. If you have a business that provides a good or a service, having the ability for your customers to engage with your product through an online portal, and for them to purchase that product, to review that product, to see the feedback of others, for them to interact with a customer service agent online, it improves the productivity of the customer, because the customer can be doing that and doing something else at the same time. The customer doesn't have to drive across town in order to access your particular product. So they can get more done in the same amount of time, which improves their productivity, which contributes to the increase in productivity of the economy. For the SME, their productivity is also increased because the aggregation potential of interacting with hundreds, hundreds, or thousands of customers online improves how much you can process per unit time. We are seeing the experiments with the digital ordering on the food service front, and though there are teething pains, the improving productivity that people experience as a result of being able to stay at home and order their food online and have it delivered. By facilitating online payment as well, the productivity of the firm is improved and the productivity of the customer. Because of all of this, the government of Jamaica is working through the Development Bank of Jamaica to incentivize MSMEs to invest in their businesses and to adopt e-commerce, online capabilities, online payment systems. The Development Bank of Jamaica is offering a $200,000 grant, meaning you don't have to pay it back, to qualifying MSMEs who are interested in investing in the digital capability of their business, taking their brick and mortar business and putting a digital front end that allows for interaction through online platforms. That $200,000 grant is being supplemented through the Serve Jamaica program of a Go Digital loan up to 800,000 Jamaican dollars at an interest rate of 2%. So MSMEs who qualify will be able to access $1 million from the Development Bank of Jamaica in order to invest in the digital conversion of their businesses, the digital enabling of their businesses, which will improve their productivity, the productivity of their customers, the overall productivity of the economy, and therefore contribute to economic expansion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at a special time in the history of the world, a special time in Jamaica's history. We are on the cusp of the beginning of economic recovery, as long as we don't have any major hiccups on the health side. And we want that economic recovery to be stronger and to be better than what we had before. We will be partnering with technology to achieve that. The government is leading the way, as we did with the digitization of our care program. And I wouldn't even call it digitization. It was only available by digital means. And the efficiency of it was, as a result of the digital enabling, was evident for all to see. What we were able to achieve through digital investment there, we want to achieve at the level of the firm throughout the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
So yes, I'm the founder and CEO of WePay. And we are based or founded out of Trinidad and Tobago. We recently moved to Jamaica, partnered with FGB, to bring financial tools to the SME market, the micro SME market, and even larger institutions and state entities like government and judiciary and state services. Now, WePay is at the heart of it a technology company. We are focused on bridging that gap between traditional business and financial institutions and service providers that sometimes don't have all the tools necessary for an SME or upcoming business. What do I mean by that? You know, first of all, I applaud the government and Minister Clark for his initiative with the Jamaica Development Bank and providing the grants. But beyond providing the grants, once SME or individual get this money, the tools that's available to them to get online is a bit cumbersome still. Getting online is a lot of red tape. You need to have developers, you need to have programmers, you need to hire people that understand the banking language, understand how you integrate your business with the bank's solutions or payment processing. And this is where WePay saw the ability to bridge that gap. So for any individual or SME that's trying to get online, WePay is now that company that will hold your hand through that process. You sign up for WePay online, you sign up for a solution online, just like you would with PayPal or Stripe, and you get approved. We add your banking information, or you add your banking information to your account, and WePay provides you with tools that you could easily add to Instagram, Facebook, your website, for you to receive payments. So instead of it taking you for weeks or months to get online, hire a developer at a cost, WePay is a free tool in partnership with FGB, of course, that allows you to download, sign up, download a plugin, and instantly allows you to accept payments on your favorite mediums, whether it be via a payment link on Instagram, on a website that you build on WordPress or Shopify or Wix. WePay is our free tool that allows you to process directly in Jamaica. We do intend to add additional value like we did in Trinidad and Barbados to Jamaica for the unbanked, people that does not have bank accounts or does not have a credit card. We're currently working with partners in Jamaica to issue prepaid cards that will allow you to get your transaction from your website straight into a card that you can go to any ATM and get that cash out. For your customers that may not have a credit card, we're also working with entities in Jamaica to provide a prepaid top-up where you could use just a top-up voucher to make an online payment like you would if you had to pay for credit on your B-Mobile, your digital phone or Flow phone. So we have a number of things in the work that would enable bank and unbanked and underbanked individuals to participate in this fourth revolution, or industrial revolution, which is the digital revolution.
Layoffs, business closures, curfews, quarantine, unemployment. This really has been the theme of the world. No doubt, a large amount of businesses have been affected by the pandemic. But where most saw disaster, others saw opportunity. And the mere fact that you are here today shows that you are ready to take advantage of this opportunity. My name is Rory Burchinson, and today I'm here to speak with you about connecting, communicating, and converting your customers digitally. Let's move on to communication. Be where your customers prefer. If your customers like to call, that is fine. Everybody loves to call. But what most persons want, and you're seeing some statistics here, some persons might debate that, but the fact is, if you don't have chat, you really don't know. If your customers prefer to communicate with you via Instagram message or Facebook, be there. If they want to communicate via live chat on your website, make sure you have something. If they prefer email, make sure that you are responding adequately and efficiently when they do reach out to you. It's all about the customer at the end of the day. And of course, when you put in channels, you'll be rewarded. On the right-hand side, you will see here some research that was done by Kayako and Forrester that says by giving omni-channel, I should say, other ways to communicate and connect with your customer, you will see an uplift in your revenue. This is not me. This is not a personal thing. This is research that was done. Try your best to answer your social messages within the hour, at least same day. If you cannot afford customer service staff, get a phone and dedicate that to the chat and social channels. And collect information from your customer again each time you communicate with them. You're going to see why. Again, something to help you cheat sheet. This is Jivo Chat, and of course it's free. And what it enables you to do is have live chat, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and email in one location, one portal. So that means if you're somebody that's on the go, you can also get a mobile app for Jivo Chat and manage your customer conversations there, versus having multiple areas that you have to communicate with your customer from. So, up to this point, you have connected with me, you have made me aware of your business, you start romancing your lyrics, me, you have initiated conversations, and you have convinced me to purchase. Now, what most customers, I should say, what most businesses do after doing that so well with such good content and conversation with the customer, you send them to digital buyer's hell by telling me, in order to complete this conversion and this purchase, I have to go into brick and mortar location. Customers want online checkout options, and they also want delivery. We're living in a world of convenience. And if you engage, communicate, and convince a customer online, you need to end with an online purchase. It just makes sense. So, conversion is really about closing the deal easily and quickly. And First Global Bank has excellent products to integrate e-commerce into your websites that you're going to set up if you don't have one, as well as Bill Express is there for an alternative. And what I have here that is be considered a cheat sheet is a tool called On WhatsApp. That if you don't have any of these things, it is the simplest way to create your own cart, your own inventory, and persons can start ordering from WhatsApp. One of the things I also want to point out is providing customer support after a sale is done or a transaction is done. Super critical for persons to be able to check up on an order, or just to find out what's happening with everything that they just completed. So I'm at the end of this presentation now. I hope this was super useful. Again, I'm not stepping on Sachong's toes here, but this is just a synopsis of the cheat sheets for connecting, communicating, and converting your customers.
So one of the things that we have done at SBL is really try and understand our customers that we're dealing with, right? Because it might be more efficient for you to actually go out there and meet your customers if they're not on the internet, right? So understand that this is why we're doing it. We're doing it to add more efficiency at the back office in terms of costs, because there are two ways you can make money. You can reduce costs and you can increase revenue to support revenue generation in a more cost-effective manner, right? So consequently, many businesses have pursued digitization, and I'm not sure what the success has been, because the truth is that we've seen a lot of companies have struggled with it, right? And many have not been able to implement it successfully. So it's not just about understanding what you need to do in terms of software, but you need to have an effective plan for execution in place. Because I actually did a presentation last week, and I told people that what I have found in my years in the work environment is that the most difficult part of any strategy is execution, right? So you have to make sure, the government and the PSOG has put up a beautiful platform called ENDS, right? But if you're not suited for ends, not just from the point of view of your customer base, but from the point of view of your internal capacity to execute on that, it can be a nightmare for you also, right? So you have to make sure that you just don't have the software on board and the digital tools, but you have the engine under the hood to make it work, right? So you have to understand your market, and you see I put it in green there, bolded. You have to understand your internal capacity and what benefits is it going to bring. So, one of the things that the computer industry has been famous at is to tell you about the newest version of Windows, for example, right, or any other software out there. But I find that people don't use 80% of even of what they had before. So it's not that digitization is a one size fits all. You have to know what is suited to your organization.
Your typical business, you typically have about 4 types of payments performed regularly. Number 1, you pay your employees. Number 2, you pay your suppliers. Number 3, you have to pay the government so that the minister can do all those wonderful things that he spoke about earlier. And most importantly of all, your customers need to pay you, right? This is typically how payments work in a business. Here's how you can do these things digitally. First of all, at FGB, we have what we call Employee Digital Pay. This is facilitated through our platform, Global Access Plus. This is an online mobile banking platform, which means you can do it wherever you are. And with this platform, you're actually able to set up your employees as beneficiaries or upload a file from your payroll software so that you can pay all of your employees in one go if you have lots of employees in your business. So are you still drawing checks and sending a bearer off to the bank to get cash to pay your employees? Are your employees leaving on payday to go to the bank? This is just something that does not need to happen in Jamaica anymore. This platform allows you to pay to any bank account in Jamaica in a few clicks. And this can cost you as little as 15 Jamaican dollar per transfer. That's all, right? So making this a little better, when you are partnering with FGB, we want to help your entire business. So we will also help your employees with what we call the Digital Pay Visa Debit Solution. Here, your employees will get a Visa debit card that can be used at over 500 ATMs locally. And it also allows them to shop anywhere that Visa is accepted worldwide. This means your employees can also shop online even if they don't have a credit card. Now, this is something that a lot of people want to do, but maybe they don't want a credit card. So this is a powerful capability, right? And once your employees are banking with FGB, they will benefit from auto loans, mortgages, credit cards, all of the things that we are offering to help make their lives better. And the great thing for you as an entrepreneur, as the business owner, is that if your employees have bank accounts with FGB, it costs you nothing to do from global access to their accounts, right? Really great feature for you. So what about your suppliers? How do you pay your suppliers? Well, again, the Global Access platform allows you to do online transfers to multiple bank accounts in Jamaica, so you can send the payment to your supplier. You can also do international wire transfers if your supplier is overseas. We also have a Visa credit card designed for businesses that would allow you to pay on your supplier's website. And guess what? You're going to get at least 30 days interest-free credit every time you make a payment. So this is a great way for you to get short-term financing for goods that you need in your business, right? Pay it by the due date and you pay no interest at all. And then You have all these other bills, light bill, water bill, they're inescapable. They're a part of life. They're a part of how you provide the service. Don't draw that check. Don't send that bearer to the bill pay office. Our friends at Bill Express Online gives you a free platform, free access to their platform where you can pay all of these bills and several others, right? All of this is possible with the FGB Visa credit card. So what about paying the government, right? So you've paid your employees, you've paid your suppliers. What about paying the government? Well, we thought that this was so important that we created a special tax card for you to use in your business. That tax card allows you to do the payment on the TAJ's website, and you see the website on the screen, jamaicatax.gov.jm. And from there, you can pay all of the taxes that you normally pay to the government. We're talking about income tax, your GCT filings, property tax, your monthly statutory deductions. You're able to do all of that. So SMEs, please, the next time the news goes to the tax office and films the line of people at the tax office, please don't let me see you in that line. There's no reason for you to be in that line. You can do it all online and save time, okay? And the best thing about this, can you believe this now? Just for you paying your taxes, FGB is going to give you cash back. I want to make sure that you heard that. Just for you paying your taxes with our card, FGB will give you cash back, right? So this is definitely something that you want to talk to us about and find out more about how that works. Then now, you've paid all of these people. Now you need money to come into your business. How does money come into your business? Well, I want to share with you that in Jamaica, there are 4.3 million payment cards in use, right? There are debit cards, credit cards, etc. Over 1 million of these cards were issued since 2019. Please don't get left out of this space. Be sure that you are in for the digital economy. All you need here is a point of sale solution, which FGB has several options.
Through our early stage financing fund, businesses, we see that businesses that are higher risk, that have higher risk factors, such as these new companies, would not find it easy to qualify for capital financing with banks. However, this new loan that I'm here to introduce today will enable them to access the funding they need to grow. At First Global, we say every dream, big or small, should be pursued. It is worth sharing with conviction with you today because over the next few minutes, I will share with you details of this product that will take you there. Through this product, businesses that have been in operation for less than 24 months may access financial assistance of up to $15 million, either secured or unsecured. The access of $15 million is the maximum. However, we will finance 95%, whichever is lower, with 5 years to repay the loan if it is unsecured, and 15 years if it is a secured facility. It has very low fees and very competitive interest rates. A special feature of this early financing loan, is really geared for our women in business. We understand that a woman starting a business is also trying to balance the realities like starting a family. So with this early stage financing, what will happen for these young women that are in business, we will grant 3 months moratorium for their maternity leave. What sectors can access this facility? We looked at a wide cross-section of the industry. The sectors that will be eligible for financing can come from any sector, including artisan products and creative industry, agri-tech, innovation in emerging technologies, including manufacturing, electronics, biotechnology, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Medical supplies, which we're seeing a lot popping up in the industry, climate change, fintech companies, sports and entertainment, software and ICT industries. Very limited amount of documentation will be required to get access to this loan. We just ask for the cash flow projections. With these cash flow projections, you should have clear, detailed assumptions to guide us on why you have set these projections. We also ask for in-house management accounts, your business plan, any other supporting documents such as customer contracts or intellectual property. And of course, your business registration and any other statutory licenses. We have positioned this product to really empower early stage businesses to expand and achieve more. Our business banking executives are ready and waiting to talk with you and guide you through this application process for this and all other products you heard today that Ricardo just mentioned today. You may begin this conversation in the SME marketplace that will close out today's summit, or you can also call our customer care at 1-888 call FGB. We are there waiting and ready to assist you with your loans.